All right, I'm fully just wearing the same sweater as Monday because I'm filming these on the same day because the New Year's bug has got me. So I'm very excited about all the stuff coming out in 2023. Hey there, creepy peeps. My name is Nightmare Maven. Welcome back to my channel. As you can tell from the title of this video, we're gonna be talking about some of the new horror releases that are coming out in 2023. Hopefully, movies I feel like are a little bit touch and go since COVID, but I feel like we have a lot more news about new movies this year compared to like the past couple of years since COVID, when everything was like really up in the air about when anything would come out. So, but I will say it was still a little sparse, just the information. And I know the lists tend to be pretty limited anyway, because they only go so far. Like we usually don't hear about movies that are kind of gonna come out at the end of the year until further into the new year. This may be a shorter video than the book one because at least from the articles I saw about what's coming out in 2023, I'm not super stoked about a lot of them, but that's also because we don't have a lot of information. But let's start off with something I am really excited about. The internet is abuzz about Skinamarink. I know it's already kind of divisive since it premiered at Fantasia Film Festival. It has been acquired by Shudder and it's going to be getting a theater release in January before it hits the platform. In Skinamarink, two children wake up in the middle of the night to find their father is missing and all the windows and doors in their home have vanished. To cope with the strange situation, the two bring pillows and blankets into the living room and settle into a quiet slumber party situation. They play well-worn videotapes of cartoons to fill the silence of the house and distract from the frightening and inexplicable situation, all the while in the hopes that eventually some grown-ups will come rescue them. And this trailer, it reminds me of those like analog horror scary videos that you can see on YouTube. Like I hate those videos. And by hate it, I mean because they just make me so uncomfy and terrified. And so therefore I love that this movie is giving me those vibes because like I don't know if I can handle 90 minutes of that. So I'm really looking forward to going and seeing this in a dark theater. Then on February 3rd, we have a new M. Night Shyamalan movie, Knock at the Cabin. I did talk about this in my Creepy Book Club 2023 video, which I'll link up here because Knock at the Cabin is an adaptation of our January read, The Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay. The story follows Ren and her dads who are spending time in a remote cabin when a mysterious and threatening group show up, claiming Ren's family is going to help them save the world. According to the internet, this is M. Night Shyamalan's first R-rated movie since The Happening. I guess I don't ever really give much thought to ratings anymore since I'm not under 18. I never realized how few Shyamalan movies are R-rated actually. Anyways, I'm excited to read the book first and then see the movie. From what I hear about the book, I know the ending is pretty polarizing, which I feel like fits M. Night Shyamalan's vibe because his twist endings tend to be pretty polarizing, so I feel like this is going to be a good fit. So April 14th is supposed to bring us a new Nicolas Cage flick and one of two Dracula adaptations we are getting this year. They are both from different perspectives, which I'm really excited about. So directed by Chris McKay, Renfield is gonna follow, well, Renfield, Dracula's crazed devotee who is apparently going to break away from his master in this movie. Cage will be starring as Dracula. The only real footage or anything we have from this movie is a picture of Nicolas Cage, like with him in a full like Bela Lugosi-esque beat. It looks interesting and it definitely looks like it's meant to be funny. And Nicholas Hoult, who is just recently in The Menu and hilarious in that, is meant to be playing the titular character of Renfield. I've not seen any films that McKay has done, but I did see on his IMDb he has directed quite a few episodes of Robot Chicken, which just further confirms that this is gonna be funny and maybe a little kooky. Right. I'm not usually one to get super duper excited about sequels, reboots, remakes. I usually try and temper my expectations for those, but every so often one comes along that does actually get me quite excited. And this time That is Evil Dead Rise, which is set to be out on April 21st. This will be from director Lee Cronin, and we have Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell on to executive produce. Following two estranged sisters whose reunion is cut short when the flesh-possessing demons throw them into a battle for survival. I've always enjoyed the Evil Dead movies, and I feel like the, up until this point, most recent remake is one of the best horror remakes just in general, so I'm quite excited to see this one. As I said a second ago, we're getting two Dracula adaptations this year, both from different and unique perspectives. So the second of these two will come out on August 11th and is called The Last Voyage of the Demeter, which will be directed by Andre Øvredal. This is set to be an adaptation of the Captain's Log chapter from Dracula. And for you fellow book nerds, you will remember that this is the chapter when Dracula is sailing across the ocean to England. By the end of the chapter, the ship arrives at its destination, but just completely decimated and destroyed, and none of the crew left to tell what happened. This movie adaptation is going to be set from the crew's point of view as Dracula stalks the ship during the journey and picks them off one by one. I gotta say, out of our two Dracula adaptations this year, I'm most excited about this one. I feel like that's a real interesting concept to just take a chapter from that book and adapt it into a full movie. I'm really excited to see how this is gonna end up. And I really enjoyed Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark and The Autopsy of Jane Doe, both of which are directed by Øvredal, so I feel like he's gonna do a great job with the scares. And then finally, October 13th is going to bring a new reboot of a popular franchise from David Gordon Green. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm a lot more excited about this one than the recent Halloween trilogy he did. The Exorcist is meant to be, according to IMDb, with what little info is on there right now, a sequel, a direct sequel to the 1973 classic horror film. And Scream was right. Requels are the new reboot, it seems. And so is not differentiating the names. I don't know why that bugs me so much. Why is this one also going to be called The Exorcist? Why was Scream 5 just called Scream? Why was Halloween 2018 just called Halloween? Anyways, this requel is supposed to be starring Leslie Odom Jr. and Ellen Burstyn reprising her role as Chris McNeil, which that's pretty exciting. And I'm just excited for the movie in general. I enjoyed the original, but I definitely missed the boat of like finding this to be like the scariest movie ever by the time I saw it. So I'm hoping to get a little bit of that magic in this next installment. So that's what I'm excited for so far. That's out of the movies that we've got news on, at least. Wait to see what else the new year is gonna bring for horror movies. If you guys know of any other ones that are supposed to come out this year, let me know in the comments so I can add them to my watch list. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new here. Become a Creepy Peep today. I post 2 new videos every week, all horror, all the time. It was the same for the past 8 years, and it's gonna be the same in the new year also. So I will see you next year. I fucking hate that joke. Until then, stay strange. Bye.